Welcome back to MCOC Al Bundy Rules. I have the 7.1.2 Venom Boss Solo How to Beat Him. So we're looking at the No Hit 'em Ursi, the Knockdown Cruelty, looking at the Thorns, Armor Up of Bleed. We're looking at Cutting Wires on Robotic Attackers, the debuff, forward side as well. So some of the things I'm looking here is Mystics is always a good idea. Also some Bleed Immunity ability is going to be important as well, especially if I can't get those armor up buffs in time. Claire should be able to manage the armor up buffs fine, but just in case, she does have bleed immunity, which is why I feel like she's a good fit for here. So this is the book 2, 7.1.2 Venom Boss. One of the bosses on. This is an Act 7. There's 3 bosses per quest now. With Venom, usually I recommend his S1 is super easy to bait. And this is a pretty aggressive Venom as we see, which a lot of times they tend to be. So it's usually pretty easy to bait his S1, and that's what I'll usually focus on. If I have to do with an S2, so be it. That first little hop can be sometimes misleading on the timing, though. So what I'm doing here is I'm keeping myself moving forward. Like I said, she does have bleed immunity in case I start getting bleed, but I haven't been as worried about that since I'm having a simple enough time nullifying Venom's buffs as well. Another good thing that makes Claire good. So I decided to go ahead and start off with an S3 here, which gives that death touch. I'm also had it on Incinerate, but I decided to go ahead and switch back to Bleed, knowing I can get some bleed damage if not. And we see that S2 right there, got on through that. A good thing about staying on bleed even with the obvious of I can gain bleed fighting this defender is the fact that I'm able to heal as well. I went into this fight at not full health, and so far it's been fairly simple. It's going to take a little bit. I did go ahead and decide to switch to Curse of Plague at this point because I did want to burn a little bit of his power. Again, I haven't had too much of a risk of keeping his armor up buffs. I've been able to nullify them pretty well. So I am looking at getting back to Incinerate to do a little more damage. So figure take a little bit of a risk to try to burn through him quicker. If I am unable to nullify any armor up buffs, I will rotate back to Bleed. 1 to nullify any damage to me, 2 to heal up any health I lost in the meantime. So figured I'll go ahead and try to get this a little bit quicker with the Incinerate. Again, I like to beat the S1s as much as I can. Got some nice burst damage going on there. See the immune though, which can actually be good when I am fighting this, as it's going to give me some of my charges a little bit quicker. Which of course those charges are going to help me nullify his items. Again, could do a nice little S2. We do see the immunity from the nodes right there, but still giving me some pretty decent damage. Again, very little effort in trying to bait this Venom. Been pretty aggressive and adamant in throwing his specials, which is beneficial, obviously. Something that could have worked here to get kind of in the mode and kind of rolling with it in these fights. However, simply with the Incinerate immunity, simple some parry heavies would work as well in getting some power up. So could have had a lot less hits had I done that, but I wasn't really worried about a hit count. I was worried about showing a decent solo, being able to help walk through without overcomplicating at the same time. Nothing fancy here, just managing Claire's ability to switch immunities if needed, but nullify has been the big thing. I haven't had too much, very little need for the immunities based on her ability to nullify the buff. So you definitely want to nullify champ here. I heavily recommend that. But Claire's good too because, like you see there, I'm able to get a little bit of health back. I took a little bit of block damage on that S2. Wasn't too worried about trying to fully evade it because I knew I could get health back. And winding down this Venom. Hope this helps you get through a solo KO on this Venom, Be sure to watch other videos and don't forget to click that top link on the top right, top left corner coming up. The little icon. Be sure to subscribe. All right. Thanks so much for watching.